కానీ లాపాలిగా.
Clear na? Complete. Students, good morning. Today we are talking about that chemical bonding and molecular structure. So this is the second class for chemical bonding and molecular structure. In my last class, I said to you types of bonds and complete introduction and the basic strength, that means basic concepts about that chemical bonding chapter. I gave to you in my last class what are the factors which influence to takes place chemical bonding. Okay, friends. Now here in this chapter we will talk about that. These are the important concepts. So first one is that molecules, chemical bonding and octet rule, mode of chemical combinations, Kochel-Lewis approach, and Lewis symbols and significance. Last one is that variable valences. Now here already in my last class I said to you about that homonuclear diatomic molecules, heteronuclear diatomic molecules, polynuclear diatomic molecules. That means in polynuclear also poly heteronuclear diatomic molecules, poly homonuclear diatomic molecules. So I gave such type of examples that formation of diatomic molecules. Now here actually we know different type of questions are arises to form, that means to take place chemical bonding. Already we said that it depends upon that reactivity nature of that elements. So first condition is octet configuration. That means in the entire periodic table only few elements undergo or only few elements to takes place chemical bonding, but certain elements does not undergo chemical bonding. Okay, so that means certain elements are not take chemical bonding. What is the reason? Okay, and now actually based on that concept we know two factors, especially two reasons are we got it. One is the now that means so first one is that lower the energy, that means lower the energy, and the next one is that of it get the octet configuration, octet rule. So in that one we have that so one graph is there. Okay, let's put it now here. This one is the top. So in this graph, what happens then? The energy of the atom should be decreases and get okay, like this type of graph is obtaining in a chemical bonding formation. So now here at this place, so now these are having the great energy. So this is the distance in between the atoms. Okay, and now greater energy means when the atoms are higher energy state, then the time they are not ready to interact with each other. That means in between now the electrostatic force of attraction is not takes place when they are present at higher energy levels. So simply the atom should lose their energy and it get a minimum distance, that means minimum energy level, then decreasing their energy and now here to the top stable configuration. So from here to here what happens here, distance increases, that means now here to here what happens here, distance, and this side is that now that one is the top energy. So greater the energy, less stable. Okay, now that means lesser energy, more stable. So here distance here. Now if the atoms are present like this, okay, now these are the atoms. So in this case, they will not interact with each other. They should not undergo any type of attraction because now they are far from each other actually. Okay, now they have a lot of gap or lot of distance in between each other. But when these atoms are close to each other, this minimum distance, you should maintain that minimum distance. So if these are having this much of distance, at that time it undergoes the top. Okay, now it takes place that electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, so this is the one of the graphical representation cause for the bond formation. Okay, and now that is now here what okay, so now that is that now that is one of the important rule to take place at bond formation. So here molecules. Molecules means now first concept is that of atoms. Now the some atoms are individually or independently stable, but some atoms are having more energy. So that's why they should not stable in nature. Now for the stability the purpose to get the stability, they lose some amount of energy. Finally, they attain that stable configuration. That means a stable molecules. So, for example, in case of molecules, now you take that N2 molecule and next the O2 molecule and next the F2 molecule and Cl2 molecule. Okay, now, so these are the molecules. That means atoms existing in that elemental molecule state. Okay, now the N2 molecule, O2 molecule, F2 molecule, and the Cl2 molecule. Okay, friends. And some elements does not existing as a molecules. Like now you should take that helium element and neon element, argon element, krypton and xenon. So like these elements are not okay in a state, that means not existing as a molecular state. Okay, that means these are the monoatomic state, but these are the diatomic state. Okay, friends, diatomic state. And next one is the top monoatomic state. Okay, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. Okay, N2 molecules, O2 molecules, F2 molecules, it's the Cl2 molecules. Okay, so these are the molecules. Now the molecules are more stable in the top atomic state. So some atoms are combined to form molecules to get stability and to should that means to lower its energy. Okay, now they are ready to get that more stable. More stable means it must lose their energy from that atomic state. Okay, so this is the combination. Next one is that of chemical bonding. So already I said to you, now the electrostatic force of attraction is holds in between the electrostatic force of attraction is present in between two constituent atoms or ions or molecules. Now the type of force is present in between the atoms by hold together. Now that phenomena is called as a okay, now that is the chemical bonding. Actually here valency force. Okay, that means valency force. Valency force means the force operating in between the valency electrons of atoms. The force operating in between the valency electrons of the force. Okay, valency electrons of the force. Now that is the valency force. So here the valency force is holds together in between the constant atoms. Valency force is holds together in between the bonded atoms. Valency forces holds together for longer time in between the molecules. So such type of force is called as chemical force or valency force. Now the bond is formed in between those atoms. Now that bond is called as a chemical bonding. Okay, friends. So that is the chemical bonding. First, so these are the basic concept. Next one is that of octet rule. So actually, you should take the octet rule if we talk about that octet rule. So we know, for example, I will give the elements from second pyramid. So you should take the beryllium element, boron element, carbon element, nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine. Next one is the neon. Okay, students. And now in this case, now beryllium is fourth element. Okay, now you should take that lithium. Okay, now the helium and next is the hydrogen. So these are the basic elements. hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and next one the neon. So these are the elements. Now, if you check that valency electrons, that means valency electrons means the electrons which are present in that outermost orbital, the electrons which are present in the top outermost orbital, the electrons which are present in the top last orbital. Now the presence of electrons in the outermost shell, so such type of electrons are called as the valence electrons. Now here hydrogen, one electron is present, helium, two electrons present, lithium, three electrons present, beryllium, four electrons, five electrons, six electrons, seven electrons. Okay, students, now that means now here now in the last orbital one electron in case of hydrogen. Now two electrons. Lithium means 1s2 2s1, one electron. Beryllium means 1s2 2s2, so two electrons. Boron means 1s2 2s2 2p1, three electrons. Carbon means 1s2 2s2 2p2, so four electrons. Now here, now this one is the five electrons and two electrons and one electron is the zero electrons in that outermost orbital. That means zero electrons means fulfilled electrons here. Okay? So there is no unpaired electrons. So the presence of electrons in that various orbitals, the presence of electrons in that outermost orbitals, now those electrons determines the valency of that elements. Those electrons decides the bond formation of the elements. Okay, bond formation of the elements. So here octet rule means the atom prefers to have 8 electrons in that outermost orbital. Now according to, now that means there is according to electrovalent theory. Okay students, according to electrovalent theory, according to electrovalent theory, the atom prefers to have 8 electrons in the outermost orbital. According to electrovalent theory, the atom prefers to have 8 electrons in that outermost orbital. It attains noble gas configuration, it attains nearest noble gas configuration. Now that phenomena is called as that octet rule. Okay friends, now that is the octet configuration or octet rule. If the element having that in that outermost orbital it has ns2 np6 configuration, now that is called as that octet configuration. That means the element possesses octet configuration. Okay friends, now here in the entire periodic table, maximum of the chemical bonds, in the entire periodic table, maximum of the chemical bonds should take place by the by follow off now that the octet rule. Okay, now next concept is that of mode of chemical combination. Okay, so I will give that for example in case of octet rule, I should explain about that nitrogen atom. Okay, what is the nitrogen atomic number? 7. Now we should write the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and this one is the now this one the 2p3. Okay students, now here it is considered inner core electrons and the next one is the top valence electrons. First of all you can now you can decide, that means you can give the complete idea, you should get the complete idea. First of all you can decide the how many types of sets are there. So here 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So this one here it has 5 electrons. That means it requires them it attaches them 8 electrons in the outermost orbital means and now we should add the 3 electrons to get a octet configuration. Okay students, so it requires further 3 electrons to get that stable configuration or octet configuration. Okay, no? So this is the concept. Nitrogen 7, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Now two inner electrons are present, 5 outermost electrons are present. So in that 5 outermost electrons, and if we are further adding that 3 electrons, then it is that 8 electrons in that outermost orbital. For example, you should take that Na atom, so atomic number 11. Okay, now here 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6 and etc 3s1. But here this one is the first n is equal 1 level. Now here n is equal 2 level and n is equal 3 level. Okay students. So in case of n is equal to 3, it has the only one electron. If it lose that particular electron, now it has that 2 and next the p electrons in that one. Okay, that means 10. After losing the one electron, sodium get that 8 electrons in that outermost orbital. So that means it attains that stable configuration. Okay, students. So these are the octet configuration with our illustration. Okay. Now next one is the mode of chemical combinations. Okay, that means mode of chemical combination. So different type of chemical combination should be takes place by follow that three types of concept. Now here in this one, first one is the ionic bond formation, and next one the covalent bond formation. Next one the what about that one here? Covalent bond formation. Next one the coordinate covalent bond formation. So that means now in case of mode of chemical combinations, in case of mode of chemical combinations, now the electrons are stable, the atoms are stable by that transfer of electrons. The atom should get the 8 electrons in the outermost orbital, and the atom should get the stable by bonding after sharing, that is transfer of electrons from the one atom to another atom. And second one is the atom should be stable by the sharing of electrons with any other atom. Okay, students. And the third concept is the partial transfer of electrons, and next the partial donation of electrons. Now here partial transfer and partial donation means partially electrons are donated, partially electrons are shared with that other elements. So such type of bonds are called as that coordinate covalent bond formation. And first one is the ionic bond formation, transfer of electrons from one atom to another atom. Second one is the okay, now that is the covalent bond formation, sharing of electrons. Third one is the now the third one is the partial sharing, and it's the partial transfer of electrons from one atom to another atom. So by these combinations, the atom should get more stable. Okay, students. So that is the mode of chemical combinations, cause of chemical combinations. And next one is that of very important concept is the next one is the Quotient-Lewis approach. Okay, students. So this is the very important concept, Quotient-Lewis approach. So here in case of Quotient and next the Lewis approach. Okay, students. Lewis approach, Quotient-Lewis approach. Now the both scientists were discovered independently about the chemical bonding process or chemical bonding phenomena. Now the Quotient scientist and next one the Lewis scientist, both are separately, both are independently. They were explained about the bond formation, chemical bond formation by electrons. That means by using the electrons. So according to Quotient, now the Quotient explained about that ionic bond formation or electrovalent bond formation. Simply Lewis explained about that one covalent bond formation. Okay, students. But here Lewis approaching, and now we should talk about the more concepts, more factors, and more information about that in case of Lewis symbols and significance. Okay, but here we will talk about that. Now that is the we will talk about that Quotient and Lewis approaching. So according to both scientists, the atom should be divided into the top two parts. Okay, students. Atom should be divided into the top two parts. For example, you should take the atom. So this one is the nucleus of atom. Okay. Now here this one is the first orbit, and here should be the second orbit, and here should be the top third orbit. Okay. So this is the atomic structure. Okay, this is the atomic structure. But according to our scientists, now the positively charged part, that means nucleus. Okay. Now here it is also neutrons. Okay. Positive part of the nucleus and inner core electrons. Positive part of the nucleus and inner core electrons are that this one is the one part, and this is called as another part, or this one is the second part. Okay, the total atom, the entire atom is divided into two parts for our convenience. Now the first part means in first part, the first part consisting of the positive charge, and next one the inner electrons or inner core cells. positive place, that means positive positive charge of the nucleus and inner orbitals are considered as one set and outermost electron, the last cell is considered another set. Now here in this case only now the inner, that means nucleus and inner electrons or inner core orbitals does not participating in that chemical bonding. They were not participating in the chemical bonding. They should not involve in that chemical bonding, but only in valency electrons or outermost electrons can participate in that chemical bond formation. So this is the very important theory. Now according to Cauchy-Lewis, now these are the now that means these electrons does not participate in the bond formation, but only in now the outer part or this part of the electrons of this part should be participating in the chemical bond. So based on that chemical effectiveness, that means based on this part now the chemical reaction should be takes place and they get a molecule, they get formed that they should form that molecules they should get that stability. Okay, now this part is called as inner core electrons and this one is the outermost electrons. This inner core and next inner part and next the outer part. Now these electrons are called as the valency electrons. So actually Herschel and Lewis approach concept describes about that atom should be divided into two parts. First part is the inner part and second part is the outer part. Outer part only able to participate in that chemical bonding. And now the chemical bonding is determined by that outer part electrons. That means only the how many electrons are present in the valence orbital, how many electrons are present in that outermost orbital, those electrons can participate in that chemical bonding formation. So this is the important concept about that Lewis electron Herschel approach. Okay, now it is also known as that electro, means according to the electrovalent theory also. Okay, electrovalent theory. And next one is that Lewis symbols next in the significance. Now in case of Lewis symbols next in the significance, we should talk about that. First of all, in case of this one, now the valence electrons are represented by the dots according to the top of Lewis scientist. Okay, now the valence electrons which are represented by that okay, now that means Lewis dot structure. Actually you should take the hydrogen atom. Now the hydrogen atom is now its configuration is 1s1 atomic number 1. Now this is the nucleus of hydrogen, so this is the first orbital of hydrogen. Now here the only, it has only one electron, that electron should be present here, so this is the Lewis dot representation. So here how many electrons are present in the valence shell, so that should be indicated by that Lewis scientism. For example, you should take that helium element. So atomic number 1, 2, 1s2. So here nucleus next to this is the first orbital. Now it has the 2 electrons. Means now these electrons are also known as the valence electrons. So that means Lewis symbols represent the valence electrons. Okay, and Lewis symbols now that means in case of representation, so it decides or it represents the inner electrons as well as the top outermost electrons also. We know just now we have I have completed that is now the inner core electron does not participate in the bond formation, but valence electrons should participate in the chemical bonding, or the valence electrons can take part in that chemical bonding. Okay, but inner electrons does not take part in that chemical bonding. So according to Lewis concept, now the symbols represent the chemical bonding or next one is the bond formation phenomenon and the significance of this one. So in case of significance, actually now the Lewis symbols, okay, Lewis symbols are equal to the valency of the element. Lewis symbols give the complete idea about the number of bonds should be formed by that participating atom. Okay, students. Now here you should take that second period elements. In case of second period elements, means lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So these are the second period elements. And you should take the third period elements. So third period means sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Okay. So these are the third period elements. So now the second period elements are that typical elements are the anomalous elements. Means they should behave different with their respective group elements. So that's why they are not possessed, they are not having the d orbitals in that outermost d orbitals. So absence of d orbital, they should behave the different phenomena or different properties. Now here, that's why now the according to Lewis concept, now it decides that it determines the number of bonds are possible. Number of bonds are formed by that combination. Okay, students. Now here you should go that so first one is that now this one is the lithium element, and it's the beryllium element, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, next in the fluorine. Okay, students. Now here atomic number 3 means so this one is the atomic number 3 means so 1s2 and the 2s1. So here 1 electron is present. So this one is the 2s2, 2 electrons are present. Okay, now that means so 2s2 and next the 2p1. So here, okay students, now this is the 3 electrons are present. Now here 4 electrons are present. Okay, now one lone pair, next to the 3 unpaired electrons are present. Okay, now these are the lone pair, next to the 1 unpaired is present. Now these are the number of lone pairs and the unpaired. So where the unpairs are present, now that is the valency of electrons. Okay, now 1, 2, 3. So 3 valency 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now 1. Now here boron means okay, now this is the 3. Okay, now here 2 electrons and next one is the 1 electron. Okay, so it's 1 electron. So here 1 electron means the valency of lithium is the 1. Beryllium valence 2, boron valence 3, carbon valence 4, nitrogen valence 3, next is the now 2 and next is the 1. So this is the valency which was decided by that what about this one here? Lewis symbols is the significance of that one. And if you take that now in this case absence of d orbital. Okay, absence of d orbital. Now if you take that sodium and next one the magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur is the fluid. Okay, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, fluid. So these are the elements. Now in this case same, but here what is the difference first, second and third period here? Now the availability of d orbitals in that this one, but here there is no availability of d orbital, absence of d orbital. Okay, but here now the its valence is fixed, but it undergoes that variable valency. Okay, so it's variable valency. Now next concept is the variable valency. Okay, so it's variable valency. Variable valence means the element which show the different type of valences. For example, phosphorus. You should take the phosphorus. Phosphorus can form that 3 bonds next to the 5 bonds also. Like that sulfur also depends upon that availability of valence electrons. They can participate in that different bonds. Okay, students. That means not multiple number of possibilities to form that 5 bonds or 6 bonds like that. Okay, students. So this is the one of the concept. So here variable valency. Okay, now so this is the variable valency. Now there is the variable valency. So students here you think about the variable valencies of that particular elements. So you should write the atomic numbers, electronic configuration and possibility of valency. So you should write the symbol sulfur, atomic number, okay, now valence electrons and the first excited, second excited and third excited. Chlorine also same. First excited, that means you should write the chlorine element, and next one is the variable valences for this one. And copper, iron exhibit the 2 types of valency, plus 3 next in the plus 2, plus 3 and next in the plus 2, and copper, so this is iron and this is the copper. Copper also exhibit the 2 types of valencies, plus 1 and next in the plus 2, and stable valence. Okay, so these are the concept. Next tomorrow in my session I will start that okay, ionic bond formation and factors affecting the ionic bond formation and general characteristics of that ionic bond formation. Okay, now so that will be tomorrow class. Once again, now you know that means molecules and chemical bonding. Okay, students. Now in this class we have covered that molecules, chemical bonding, mode of bond formation, and next one is the Cauchy-Lewis approach, and next the Lewis symbols in the formation, Lewis symbols and significance and variable valences. Okay, and after two also we have covered. Okay, students. Bye.